Hello, my name's Chris and welcome to my Benefits of AutoCAD Electrical 2020 demonstration. So I've already created the start of my electrical project. AutoCAD Electrical manages projects through the project manager and all the sheets are linked together through a project file. This project file here, which you can see is stored in this location, has a Microsoft database, and here are the details of that project. You can see that I've got some drawings and I've got a drawing list. If I want to update that drawing list, I can right click, select drawing list, select new report, and then I can put on a drawing and update the existing. When I click OK, my drawing list updates to include all my drawings. Okay. I'll go on to the next page. You can see that I've got my incoming supply already designed. Each symbol here contains metadata, i.e. manufacturer, catalogue, maybe a description as well. I can move these components about with some of the functionality. Down here, and it scoots it down and scoots all the linked components along with it. I can also use some of the AutoCAD Electrical functionality to actually grab the circuit, pick it up, put it down in a different location, and you can see that every time the wires are stretched along with the components. If I move one item that is not linked, for example this terminal, I can always align the other items using the align tool, and again all the wires are moved along with it. Okay. I can copy this circuit to reuse it again. If I select copy circuit and pick the items I want to copy, pick a base point, and I can pop it down multiple times. Try and get the spacing as even as possible. I think it's like, I'll pop it down there. There we go. And increase the terminal numbers. And what you'll see is that all the tags are updated and tagged numerically in that order. I can see that a bit of my wire didn't copy across. Must be two segments of wire, and that's the reason why. I'm just using my extend tool to extend it to the next point. You'll see that this wire is probably made up of two wires, so what I could do is I could trim out that bit and extend that bit to just make it a bit neater. Okay, I can also copy it to a clip and paste it onto another sheet, but right now what I want to do is show you the icon menu wizard. So I'm going to use my icon menu wizard to add a circuit to my icon menu. Okay, so I'm going to add a new submenu, MAM circuits, man and machine obviously, browse, MAM logo, that one there. Okay. So I've got MAM sheets and MAM circuits, and in here I'm going to add a new circuit and call this motor circuit brackets times 4. Okay, I'll just use my motor PNG there, and I can call it the file with the same name, and you can see that it's saving in a particular location. I'll again pick the base point. Again, I will pick all the items I want in my circuit, including the nodes, and save that away. So my icon menu wizard is basically an icon menu which stores all your symbols within it. For example, push buttons and motor control, coils and contacts, etc. But you can also obviously store circuits as a whole. So now I've stored that circuit, I can place that circuit on my new sheet, like so, which will then re-tag all my contactors and all my motors with the next available numbers. If I wanted to, I could go in here now and update all my descriptions as well. Descriptions don't automatically update, but you can use your properties to update descriptions simply enough, like so. Okay, descriptions don't change automatically because you might want them to be the same. Tags do because you never want to have the same tag. So I could go through and do those on all the sheets, but as this is a demonstration, I'm not going to do that. Okay. You can see that I've got some arrows and they are linked up to the previous sheet, and it's bringing through the number. Now, I haven't got any numbers on here at the moment, so if I select Y numbers, I've got a particular setup to layer my or wire my numbers in a particular way. Excuse me. So I can select drawing wide and it will number the entire sheet like so. If they're not aligned, some of them aren't, I can use my align tool again. And line them all up. Or move them if they're being a bit awkward. Okay, and what we should see, if I just refresh this or number this sheet, the numbers will come across from the previous sheet where they're linked up. And renumber where required. So you can see that what I'm going to do here is just delete off a couple of these arrows like so and trim back those two lines like so, and I'm going to place some destination arrows to link up to the previous sources. Just freshen my database there, so I've got two source arrows left that are unpaired, so I can link that up and you'll see that it brings through the number and it brings through the wire layer as well. Like so. If I want to, I can copy the drawings or circuits from another drawing. I'm just using the preview here to preview my drawings to find the correct drawing. To open this drawing, I'm going to use the copy clip. And I'm going to pick from here. I'm going to select all these items like so. close away the drawing, and paste onto my new drawing. So it's easy for me to reuse circuitry from another drawing and paste it into a new project. Okay, so I can align these two numbers up as well. There we go. Again, I've got no numbers because it's been copied from another project, so I'll just wire my numbers, or number my wires, like so. So AutoCAD Electrical is keeping track of all my numbers and keeping track of all my tags. So you can see that Q10 is the next numerical number. Ah, is it? So we might need to retag this one here. Oh, yes it is, yeah. Q9 is up here and Q10 is there. So what I can do now is just come back and do my cross-referencing for my contact coils. So it'll be Q10 for that one. And the pin numbers should be updated accordingly. The pin numbers are related to the particular catalog information that I've put into the coils. The catalog information was placed in the circuit in the previous project where I've copied the circuit from. So when I copy a circuit, I don't have to re-enter all the catalog information, providing it's the same catalog information as it was on the previous project. So I've just gone through and I've tagged up all these contacts to match up with the coils, and now you can see that all the coils have the cross references on them also, and quite nicely it shows us what contacts are left to use as well. We can also right click and use the surfer to surf to any of these contacts. It takes us straight to it, like so, and we can also go back to the coil like so. So it's a nice way of navigating around your drawing. You've also got the page skip backwards and forwards, so you can navigate quickly and easily around your project. Like so. So now what I'm going to do is place a PLC. So I've already got the drawing prepared. So I'm going to go to my PLC creator, and I'm going to use a PLC that I've used before. We'll go with the Siemens logo, I think. Go for a combination, 24 volt, okay. So what we have with the PLCs is the ability to place the PLCs on the screen, like so. Typical spacing is usually 30, and I'm going to allow spaces and breaks, which will allow me to break my PLC. Okay, so I'll click OK. I need to break the PLC. It's going to be module 1 because it's going to need to go on the other sheet, as you can see there. So I'm going to insert the next point, giving it a spacing of 30 each time. My first address point is going to be input 01. Okay, next point. So it'll do 02, 03, 04 accordingly. And this is going to be output 01. And again, next point. And then I'm going to break it there, I think. Well, I'll get one more on there and then break it, like so. So you can see I've got this amount of module left to go. If I press escape, it's saved that data to then allow me to place it on the next sheet. So I'll click to the next sheet, select my PLC, and it will ask me to continue the module. And again, I will place somewhere like that. I'll keep it as a spacing of 40 as I've got plenty of space, and insert all of it. Like so. And there you can see it's telling me the link up to PLC 1. Yeah, and then we've got the other side there, and this is PLC 1. Okay, so I'm going to place a wire on my sheet, somewhere around about there to there, and another wire somewhere around about there to there, without the extra little bit on it. And then I'm going to put my destination arrows to link up to the previous sheet project. So I've got my fresh in the database there. Oh well, don't think we've got anything yet. Let's go back to the previous sheet. Yep, we haven't got any arrows there, so I need some source arrows first. So a source arrow on here. Use that signal code. Don't put in a destination because it's going on the next sheet. Okay, next sheet, and we'll place the destination arrows on, like so. And this time we should see that we have two unpaired signals. And again, it'll update the wire number and the wire layer accordingly, and put on my cross-reference accordingly. Yep. And now I can do my multiple bus from a component, click OK, draw a box around all the connections there. You can see they've got little red diamonds on to show that they'll be connected. Yep. I'm going to move my wire number somewhere like that, and then I'm going to do another multiple bus from another component, draw a box around those pins and pop them down like so. You can see it intelligently sets up the wire layer for us, and I go to my icon menu and I'm going to place on some fuses. Like so. Yeah. And maybe a disconnect switch, or a link bar, like so. Yeah. If I want to put on some signals to my inputs, we've got maybe some proximity switches. Standard, normally open proximity switch. I can pop that on there. Okay. Now, what I can do also is use my multiple component. I can pick from the icon menu or pick from the pick a master even. So I click on pick master, click on that as my master, and then draw a line through. And I'm going to keep all and don't ask, and don't show me the dialog box, and paste it all in like that. Again, it's tagged it all up for me. Yep. You know, and I could put on some LEDs on the outputs maybe. Pilot lights. There. Let's look up a pilot light, shall we? I'm going to put in some catalog information into this one. Standard, green, round, pilot light. Maybe I should put in a 24 volt DC. See what we get if we take that out. There we go. That's the sort we want. And this time what I'm going to do is the same again. Draw a line through here. And because I put in the catalogue information, it will put in the catalogue information for all those parts. If I show you, we have the catalogue information put in there as well, which is nice. So I could continue on and do this as well. It's all the same functionality. But what I want to show you now is the panel layout. So I've got a panel layout and I've placed on my panel, and I'm going to go to my model space just because I prefer working in my model space, and I'm going to go to my panel tab. First of all, I'm going to look at my terminal editor. Oh no, actually I'm going to put on some dim rail first of all. So enclosures, that's how I place my enclosure. I looked up a catalogue and placed my enclosure, and dim rail. I'm going to select 25.4 because all the dim rail is drawn in inches as it's an American piece of kit. So I need to scale it up by 25.4, and then I'll draw my rail on somewhere like that through to there. Okay, there's my dim rail. You can see the catalogue information is there as well, and then I can copy that there. So I've got 2 bits of dim rail. So just to reiterate, this has got a Rittal cabinet in there, so it's counting that as well. So coming back to my terminal rail, I've got 2 terminal rails at the moment, 4 and 32. If I click on the 4 one and click edit, I can see that's my terminal rail and it's my my live inputs there. So I can come in here, right click, and renumber my terminals. Try again. Starting with 0, 1. And click OK, and it numbers those. And actually now I want to place them. Yes, so I'll insert like so. Okay, done. Perfect. So then I'm going to do, as you can see, it's going to number those terminals now. Whether the attributes are visible, yes they are. So you can see there's a direct link between the panel layout and the schematic. So I'm now going to go to my editor again and then look at my 32 bar or rail. There's all my terminals. Again, I'll go to my terminal strip and select them all and renumber them. Again, this time I'm going to start with 101. Number all my terminals like so. And then insert. Okay, that's that done. And then go through numbering all my terminals for me. Obviously, if I decide to add or remove terminals via the schematic, we just close this. Then let's say we come to my motor to supply here, and let's say that we decide that we don't need the fourth set of terminals here. We're going to get rid of this motor. We're just going to keep the contact there in case we need it for a later date. I'm going to delete these here. So you can see that deleting the components repairs the wires. Asking me to save it, so I've updated things, and we'll just delete these down like that. Might just renumber these wires. There we go. Yeah, so now I've deleted those wires and those terminals. I'm going to go back to my panel layout and rebuild. So now I'll click on the editor. We'll have a look. What we should see, if we look at the layout, we've got four less. Well, we've got four terminals that now don't have anything associated with them in the schematic, so we can just remove those. Go back, update, rebuild. Those terminals will now be removed from the list. Okay, if we do the opposite and put them back in, again, they will be rebuilt. I'm going to do quickly. Skip through the drawings. I'm going to delete wire numbers off here, and then the wires. So I'm going to copy the circuit, use that as my base point, yep, and pop it on down like that. Increase wire numbers and terminal numbers. So it's renumbered my terminals. My wire numbers have been reset to question marks for the moment, and my motor's been set up as A8 and QA8 for the breaker, and I just need to right click, edit that, and select number 17, QA17, and it will retag accordingly. And again, I'm going to jump back to my terminal. Here they are. Any one doesn't really matter in this case, just want to jump to my panel layout. There it is. And just show you that when I click on the editor now, and go back to my terminal rail editor and update, the terminals are back there, so we rebuild. Click OK. And the additional terminals will have been added again. At the moment we've got question marks by the wire numbers. If I go to schematic, wire number, do the whole project, and then go back. Update, rebuild, and there we go. So I can also insert even panel footprints via the schematic list. We can see we've got a full schematic list here. Here are all my motor breakers, and I can insert multiple at a time. Oops, wrong button there actually. It's insert, there we go, and then spacing of 105, suppressing the dialog, input some prompts, and we'll go for just those ones for now. I'm just going to put the whole lot in, that's fine, because I can move these afterwards. Nothing stopping me using the move command. And we'll put them just below like so. Yep, and what else have we got that I can put in here? And go for the PLC. There's my PLC. And you can see that it marks off each component. I'm not sure what the spacing is on these. I'm going to go with 70. No, much bigger than, much smaller than 70 in this case. I'll just leave those ones for now. But you can see that as you place the parts in, it checks them off. And places them on the screen. So these are my pilot lights. Like so. Great. So far we've built up the schematic, we've built up some of the panel layout, the terminal rails, and it's all intuitively placed it down. We can also create reports as well. So you can see my next sheet here, that's the bill of materials as it was before we started the demonstration. What I'm going to do now is rerun the report and update that report. Using an existing format that I've created. If we select put on drawing, you can see that I can update the existing. I might just raise it up a little bit. And that's the wrong one. There we go. Hopefully it'll do it. Maybe we'll go 300 to be safe. And then click OK. 300 was a bit much, obviously. You can see that my report now is complete. Show me the full bill of materials. Of course, that can be a report sent out to Excel also instead of put on a file. It's entirely up to you what you do. So we could send this out to an Excel file as an Excel. There we go. We'll save it. I'll just put it on my desktop for now. Which allows me to open up my Excel, and there's my full bill of materials. With all the metadata associated with it. So thank you for watching my demonstration today. Please feel free to contact Man and Machine if you have any questions. Cheers, bye.